the different aspects of motion and when is motion considered to be proper motion in physics. So let's start. If you have not joined our class, you can subscribe our channel and press the notification so that you don't miss out on anything. Now this topic starts within everyday life. We see objects are at motion and others are not in motion. There are different examples shown here: flying of birds, swimming of fish, flowing of blood, atoms, molecules, planets, stars, everything is in motion. We perceive an object to be in motion when it changes its position. So when we say that an object is moving, it is actually moving because its position is changing. And when it is changing its position, we infer the motion of air by observing the movement of dust. What causes the phenomena? So there are some examples mentioned here. Why don't we perceive the motion of the earth? Like earth is also moving, but why we are not able to know that the earth is moving or not? An object may appear to be moving for one person and stationary for some other. Now when is this condition? For example, the passengers, if they are sitting in a bus, the people who are sitting inside the bus, and the roadside trees appear to be moving. So the trees are not moving, the people inside the bus are moving. So they see that the tree is moving, and a person standing on the road perceives the bus moving. The person is not moving who is standing on the road, but the people inside the bus are moving. So a passenger inside the bus sees his fellow passengers to be at rest. So these are some conditions given. People inside the bus see outside things moving. People outside see the bus moving, and the people inside the bus who are seeing inside, they don't see anyone moving. So this means most of the motions are complex, and the motion is said to object is said to be in movement when it is moving with respect to an object at rest. One object is moving and another object is not moving then. So some examples of motion are rotation and a few others may vibrate. So there are different situations involving the combination of these. In this you will learn to describe the motion. So how do you describe motion of an object? It is starting from here, describing motion. Third, we describe the location of an object by specifying a reference point. When do you say that an object is moving? An object is said to be moving when we check its movement from a reference point. Like I am moving this pencil. This sentence is written here. If I move the pencil from here to the right side, then the pencil is moving towards the right. So because this part, this thing which is written is not moving. The pencil is moving because this is the reference point. So from here I have moved to the right. The distance moved is called the distance covered. We have specified the position of the school with respect to the railway station. You move from one place to another. In this example, the railway station is the reference point. So if you are moving from a school in a village 2 kilometer north of the railway station, and you have moved from the railway station in the village, then the reference point, which is the fixed point, is the station. We could have chosen other reference points, but to describe the position of an object, we must have a reference point. This is called the origin. Now, in this topic, there is an example given here: motion along a straight line. There is a line shown here, and from this you will see the simplest type of motion is the motion in a straight line. So in physics we say movement of an object is because of its distance from a point. Now if you take an object is moving from point O, it moves towards the right and reaches point C. So this is point 0 and this is 25. So how much distance it has covered? 25. 25 could be kilometer because here it is showing kilometer. The distance moved towards the right is 25 kilometer. From C, the object then moves to point B, which is another 25 and 30 and 35, so another 10 kilometer. So from here it is 25 kilometer. From C to B it is another 10 kilometer. From B to A it is another 10 kilometer. So these are movement of object, and A, B, C are the position of the object at a different instant. The object moves, and this example is showing that what is the distance covered. How much is the distance covered by the object in moving from different points. So if we read this, the explanation is the distance covered from point O to point C is 25 kilometers. Then it moves another 10, so 25 and plus 10 will become 35 kilometers. Then after that it moves another 10 kilometer, so 25 plus 10 35, 35 plus 10 45 kilometers. Now if the object is calculated at point A, then it has covered 45 kilometers at point A. So according to this example, the magnitude of the distance traveled by the object is 45 kilometers. The total path covered by the object is 60 plus 35 and 95. Now they have taken example of object is moving from A to C, from 0 to C, to B, then B to A. From A it comes back to B and C. So this is 25 plus 10 35, 35 plus 10 becomes 45. Then the object comes back 45 plus 10 55, 55 plus 10 65 kilometer. So the distance covered from point O to point A and back to point C is 65 kilometer. So this is mentioned here as 65, and the total path covered by the object is OA plus AC. So 25, 35, 45, then 55, 10, 65. OA, we will measure the distances. This is 25 and this is 60. So this total becomes 60, and from 60 back to this becomes 60, and then we will calculate. So this is 35, and then this, no, this is not 10, this is more, this is not 10, it is, this is how much, this is 25 kilometer, it is not 10. So the distance is 25. Now when you calculate the total distance covered, 25 plus 10 plus 25, then again back 25 plus 10, the total distance covered is 95 kilometer. The object has moved from point O to the final position C. So in normal life, we say that the object has covered a distance of 95 kilometer. This is the distance covered. Now what is the displacement? The displacement is the shortest distance between the starting point and the finishing point. So the object started from here and came back to C. This is starting point and this is finishing point. So displacement is 25 kilometer. So in this example, the distance covered by the object is 95, which is given, but the displacement is 25. So the magnitude of the displacement is just the gap between initial to final position. So we will continue it in the next class. Stay connected and see you in the next class. Goodbye.